Hey everybody, welcome back to Pub Crawlers. So today we have a special treat for you. We have a wine and spirits segment. And as always, I'm Matthew.
I'm Kevin, and today with us is
I'm Frank.
How's it going, Mr. Frank?
Hola.
Hey, oh, ¿cómo está?
Bueno.
Y amigo, y amigo.
I'm not getting involved in that.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he's French, stick to that. Anyways, what do you have for us today?
I've got some tequila. Hussong's tequila.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
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 Who sang it?
Uh-oh.
Oh, Hussong.
I'm just kidding. All right. So
Bad experience with tequila?
oh, no. Always good experiences.
right.
Just not many that I can remember.
You know, most people,
Yeah.
many people have bad memories of tequila.
I love tequila.
And the reason why, you know, back in college or back in the day, it was because they're drinking low-end tequila, they're
Right.
shooting it. This is not low-end tequila. This is high-end tequila.
Okay.
This is a 100% agave tequila.
Okay,
What's the agave?
yeah, that's what I was about to ask you.
Agave is the plant that they use. It's in the lily family. Most people think it's actually in the cactus,
So, yeah.
but it's not. It's in the lily family. It's a succulent. There are 163 different species of the agave plant. We have one that grows locally in our area. They call it the centenaire. You see it sometimes in front yards, and it grows that big plant, that big flower out of the front of it. That's one of those species, but only one species of the plant can be used to make tequila, and that's the Weber blue agave, or the agave azul.
Oh, right, because azul is blue in Spanish. I got
Si,
you.
señor. So, in some tequilas, I'll call them the lower end tequilas, they don't have to use 100% tequila, agave juice. They can use 51%, and then they'll augment or add the rest with corn syrup. You say, well, Frank, why would you cheat?
Corn syrup.
Is 51% a breaking point to be called a tequila
Correct.
or something?
Good question. Yes, by law, 51% agave juice. But agaves take 7 to 10 years to grow.
Okay.
So it takes a long time for them to make a product. So if they want to kind of skirt the system, they can only use half agave juice and use corn syrup for the rest of it. And that's called a mixto, M-I-X-T-O, mixto. This is a true 100% tequila,
Okay.
which means it's a quality tequila. And you'll see on every label, if it's 100% agave tequila, it'll say it on it, 100%. Sometimes it'll say it in Spanish. But that's how you can know it's a quality tequila.
Nice.
Cool.
Again, a 100%, when it's made, it's got to be made in Mexico, bottled in Mexico, when it's a 100%. If it's
To
a
make it
mix,
authentic.
correct. And that's all they drink in Mexico. You won't find a mixto in the country of Mexico.
I got to tell you, just looking at this bottle, I went to Cancun for my senior trip. I won't tell you what year it was, but just the look of this thing reminds me of being downtown, because we went downtown Cancun, had a great time.
Looks like natural, handmade by clay, really ornate.
Yeah.
Very, very detailed.
This is beautiful. I can't wait to taste this.
Yep. Well, you know, to be called a tequila, it's got to be made in the country of Mexico. It can't be made anywhere else. It's a native spirit of Mexico. And it's actually the world's youngest distilled spirit. When you think about all of the distilled spirits out there, vodka, gin, rum, brandy, they've been making these for centuries.
Right.
Tequila's only been around for about 150 years. It was only when the Spaniards came in to Mexico that tequila was invented.
Nice.
The locals were drinking a fermented beverage called pulque, which is just like a beer made from the agave juice. And the Spaniards didn't like the taste of pulque, so they started distilling it. And that's where mezcal was born, and then later tequila was born, coming from that pulque.
I love when we have guests. I always learn so much.
Man,
This
I
is
feel
so
smarter
cool.
already.
I know, right?
And to be made to be a tequila, the agave, the Weber Blue agave, has to come from 5 states.
Okay. Well, let me guess. New Mexico?
No.
Oh, man.
5 states in Mexico. The biggest and
said a
the largest state is a state called Jalisco. Jalisco runs from the central part of the country all the way to Puerto Vallarta into the Baja Peninsula. And that's where the best tequilas come from. And this is where this one's from. This one's from a little town just outside of Guadalajara. So you got Guadalajara, which is kind of in the central part of the country. Beautiful city. If you get a chance to go to Guadalajara, you think you're in New Orleans. New Orleans and Guadalajara.
I love New Orleans.
New Orleans and Guadalajara, both settled by the Spanish.
You know, last time I drank tequila may have been in New Orleans. That's
might have
probably
been.
why I don't remember. That makes sense.
So the architecture is the same, and it's just outside of it, about halfway between the little town of Tequila. There really is a town called
Tequila?
Really? And that's where Tequila gets
Go
its name
figure.
from, that town. It's about halfway between Guadalajara and Tequila, and that's where they make Hussong's tequila.
Very cool. Well, tell you what. Let's pour some out and let's
Sure.
taste some of this.
So-
I mean, yeah, my mouth watering now. I want to try it.
The first one we're going to taste is the reposado. Reposado means, you speak Spanish. What does it mean? Rested.
I knew that.
It means rested. By law, to be called a reposado tequila, it has to be rested in an oak barrel or vat for a minimum of 2 months.
Really?
A blanco or platinum or silver is an unaged tequila, which is a white tequila. You can see the color on it. Look at the color. Look at the color on it. You see a little gold.
It's almost a gold.
a little amber. Where do you think that color comes from?
It's from the barrel.
From the barrel. Correct. Typically, they use a used bourbon barrel in the production.
Very.
You know why they use a used bourbon barrel?
You can smell a little bit of it too.
But do you know why they use a used
I
bourbon?
do not. Please.
Because in the production of bourbon, they're going to use the barrel only once.
Correct. And so they have to redistribute.
So they
And
have
why
all
not?
these leftover barrels left
Very
over.
cool.
So go ahead and give it a nose. Tell me what you smell. Look, we're going to swirl it. We're going to make it fancy.
Oh, it smells delicious.
What do you smell? You smell some of that wood? Maybe
I
a
can
little
smell
vanilla?
right, a little bit of that wood. You're right. That's what I said previous.
Yeah, wood, vanilla.
You can smell like fresh vanilla.
Fresh
Vanilla bean.
Vanilla bean? Yeah, go ahead and give it a taste.
Now I noticed you pulled the air in when you took that sip, and I've heard of that before. Is there a reason?
Yes,
you're
well,
doing that?
your tongue has 10 times as many, excuse me, when you breathe in, you bring it up to your olfactory nerve in your nose, which allows you not only to smell it, but taste it.
Right.
By doing it that way.
So you're tasting and smelling at the exact same
Tasting and
time.
smelling it.
It intensifies it.
Yes.
see,
You taste that vanilla. What pepper do you taste? Do you taste pepper? And if so,
Wow,
which
I do.
one?
White pepper.
White pepper.
White pepper. You're right. You know, by smelling and tasting at the same time,
Yep.
I was able to accentuate all
Yep.
the different true flavors.
So white pepper is typical in
wow.
tequila. In a blanco or silver tequila, you're gonna get a lot of white pepper. And as you go up the marks, then you get less white pepper. And you
What's a mark in
So,
tequila?
great question. A mark is, the first thing you have in a mark, you have silver, then you go up to reposado, which means rested, and then you go to anejo, which means aged, and then there's a new classification called extra anejo. Anejo is anything aged a minimum of a year, and then you have extra añejos, which are aged a minimum of 3 years. Those are really complex, very, very good, very expensive as well.
I mean, once again, look how ornate these bottles are. These are extremely handmade, detailed.
Yep.
And also, too, the top, all this information right here. So what is this? It goes straight to the actual man who crafted this bottle,
Well,
or is this based on the liquor itself?
It's based on the liquor, but you have a lot of things on the label that tells you things. For example, this says reposado. So reposado tells you it was aged a minimum of
Correct.
2 months and no more than a year. It says 100% agave on it somewhere. It tells you it's 100%, it's not a mixto.
Right.
Like cognac and bourbon and many other distilled spirits, there are many laws associated with tequila. So once you get to these higher ends, like Hussong, who have all of these classifications on them, you know it's going to be good.
Right.
Because they have so many laws.
And you said
associated.
100% agave, which goes back to what we were saying earlier, is only made in Mexico.
Correct.
I
That's
saw
right.
something when you was holding this bottle. Certificate of hand bottling. Come on, man.
Well, I'd show them that. Hand. It says it right there.
Hand bottle. Can't get no better than that.
So let me bring you up the ladder and let's go to an añejo tequila.
Let's do it. This is delicious.
can't
though.
wait
And this is
Don't
their,
imagine.
they call this the Hussong's Platinum añejo, and this is really unique. Oh, let me ask you this question while I'm pouring this out. How would you drink that reposado?
Oh, just like it is. It's delicious. Just
I
right out of
wouldn't
the
mess
bottle.
with it. I was gonna make a comment because I had a little bit left in my glass, and a lot of people are used to just shooting tequila. Man, this stuff is so beautiful. You just want to enjoy it a sip.
You know,
at a time.
I could definitely enjoy that with a nice cerveza on the side. You know, like a Modelo Negro.
Victoria, yeah, etc.
You know, because that's all made in that same
Right.
general area as well. I would drink this in a Paloma. Are you familiar with a Paloma?
I'm not.
No.
You know, everybody knows the margarita. The margarita is the #1 selling drink in the world.
Long stem, big brim.
Yeah, everybody knows the margarita. The Paloma is made typically with a reposado tequila or any tequila, good tequila, and then you can add grapefruit juice, little club soda, and maybe a little sugar. That's a Paloma, incredibly refreshing. Or you can actually cheat and use squirt soda or fresca. Just any grapefruit flavor. It's an incredible, refreshing drink.
I'm gonna have to try that because I'm a big fan of grapefruit.
Now, I was saying earlier, long stem, big brim. Do you make it in the same glass as a margarita glass, or do you want to do it in?
I would
glass
probably
such as-
use like a Tom Collins,
Okay.
you know, a tall glass with it.
Right.
Very easy to make, incredibly refreshing, and garnish it with a lime.
Very cool.
So this is an anejo, which means it's been aged a minimum of a year. And actually, this one was 15 months. But you notice there's no color in it.
Perfectly
Right.
clear.
Oh, I had the wrong one.
Perfectly
It
clear.
said if it was aged a minimum of 15, if it was aged 15 months, you said, Frank, why is it clear? Well, what they do is they filter it through charcoal to take the color out.
Only once?
Well, they just filter it until they
Until
it's clear.
Get the consistency. That you
And get
want,
the color out. So this is the color of a white tequila or silver tequila or
Get
blanco.
less smell. Get less nose on it.
Oh yeah, but wait till you taste it. Give it a nose, give it a taste.
Oh wow, that pepper is, really, really. The pepper really
Much
stands out to me. It's so much smoother. But wow, see, this
But
is
you get that vanilla,
you do,
and it's
after.
all in the back tongue. You get the vanilla, and you get the wood all in the back tongue. Now this is one that I would just drink just like this. Definitely with
Absolutely.
a cerveza chaser. That's
with you.
that's how I would drink.
What we doing this weekend?
Drinking some tequila. That's right.
See you, amigos.
Cheers. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please come back next time. And as always,
Keep crawling with us.
cheers. I learned so much just now.